for a 72-hour homestand. We've got your tickets to Pirates baseball. It's a dog's life as they get to come in too. Pirates honoring Roberto Clemente tonight as we get set to begin a 3-game series with the Milwaukee Brewers, and a very important one as well. The Roberto Clemente wall, 21 feet high, in honor of the great one, and also in honor of the great one tonight. The Pirates wearing game caps from the Roberto Clemente era of Pirate baseball. As the Bucks at 74 and 72 take on the Brewers, also 74 and 72. A.J. Burnett looking for win number 16. This is a good pitching matchup tonight, Bob, with Burnett at 15 and 7 and Gallardo at 15 and 8.
Outstanding pitching matchup with these two guys looking for their 16th win. This is the kind of stuff you like to see when you're right going down the stretch in a pennant hunt. Great ball game for the fans. Two teams fighting neck and neck for a spot, and both clubs going with their ace.
Ron Roenicke sends his lineup out like this for tonight's series opener. Norichika Aoki, then Ricky Weeks, and Ryan Braun. First Brewer with 5 100-plus RBI seasons. Ramirez, the cleanup man at third. Lucroy behind the plate. Travis Ishikawa is at first base. Carlos Gomez, the center fielder. Gene Segura, the shortstop. And Giovanni Gallardo doing the pitching and batting 9, facing the Pirate right-hander A.J. Burnett.
AJ's numbers are brought to you by the Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. As we said, he's looking for that 16th win tonight. Everything else in really fine shape. Opponents batting just .244. Really has had a strong season for the Pirates, and probably deserves as much credit as anybody for the situation that the Pirates have been in all year in this race for the playoffs.
Defensively behind Burnett tonight in the outfield, left to right, Starling Marte, Andrew McCutchen, and Jose Tabata. Pedro Alvarez is at third base. Clint Barnes, the shortstop. Neil Walker at second, and Garrett Jones playing first with Rod Barajas doing the catching. Neil Walker missed last night, or this morning's game, if you will, in Chicago. Just resting the bat a little bit, not to try to tweak it too much down the stretch, and Brent Hurdle feeling a day of rest was needed for Walker after getting out there and playing in back-to-back games against the Cubs. So he is back in the lineup tonight. Proud to root for the Pirates, and we're glad you're watching us on Root Sports tonight. Starling Marte, third consecutive game with a triple last night. Now, he's the first guy to hit 3 triples in consecutive games at Wrigley Field since Sammy Sosa did it in 1994. A rare feat indeed. Andrew McCutchen, the last Pirate to do it in 2009. Starting to see him come back. He was a slow goer coming back from that oblique injury, but starting to find a groove is Marte. And right now, A.J. Burnett looking to find a groove. The Pirates have not been able to give him a win in 4 of his last 5 decisions. And this year against the Brewers, A.J. 0-1. Norichika Aoki, the right fielder. And the pitch. And we're underway with strike 1.
The units with the black tops look good with those hats, don't you think?
I think so. I like them a lot. I like those hats anyway. I think it'd be nice to have those as a regular part of the repertoire. But they are worn on special occasions and on this day each year. In honor of Roberto Clemente. Tomorrow the Pirates team will head off to a local elementary school and provide gifts as part of the Clemente Day celebration. That'll be at Dilworth Elementary. Aoki fouls this one off. Jose Tabata came through with a double off the center field wall at Wrigley Field, and if the wind hadn't been blowing in, that ball would have left the yard last night. But that's the way Wrigley plays. 2 different ballparks depending on which way the wind blows. 1-2 pitch to Aoki, and he is hit. So Aoki gets the free pass right out of the gate. Let's take a look at tonight's Rivers Casino tips to win.
Leave the strikes in Chicago. A lot of strikeouts for the club last night. It was a big strike zone, maybe at least part of that reason, but like to work on getting the ball put in play a little bit better. And watch the wind. The wind doesn't blow straight out very often here, but most of the day during batting practice, it was going right toward the Clemente Bridge, which is straight out. And Neil Walker, hopefully first game back in front of the home crowd. I'd like to see him have a big game tonight. I just have that feeling.
Throw to first base, and Aoki gets back.
Had that day off yesterday. Be a big day for Neil. He's got some decent numbers against Gallardo.
Ricky Weeks, a .231 hitter. He has 20 home runs and taps this one foul. Weeks had a very tough start to the season, so he's done well midway through. And right now for the Brewers, a team that has won 7 of the last 10 ball games. They've won 2 in a row. They've climbed into a tie with the Pirates in the Central Division standings and the wild card standings. They have been playing exceptional baseball lately. That's why they are where they are.
The wind right now has really died down ever since the cloud cover went away. It's just gotten beautiful out. The breeze is going away.
Aoki was leaning, but it was still able to get back.
He was definitely looking to run.
Well, the Brewers probably will look to run against A.J. Burnett. He's not the quickest to the plate.
They've run against him just about every time he's worked against the Brewers this year. They've done a lot of that.
There he goes. The pitch is low for a ball. Throw down is not in time to get him. Barmes thought he had him, but second base umpire Chad Fairchild called him safe.
Yeah, that's, I think, the first time all year. To me, it looked like A.J. tried to quicken up to the plate. Didn't quite take his normal big leg kick. Look at that. That's as close to a slide step as A.J. has had all year.
Looks like Aoki got that left foot in before the tag. Yep, he did. He caught the corner. The right foot to follow.
You know, it looked like both feet were off the bag for a moment there where the glove was on him. Didn't it?
It did. When the one foot switched to the other.
Yep.
Ricky Weeks takes outside, and it's 2-1 to the second baseman for Milwaukee. 27 steals now for Aoki. Signed with the Brewers in the offseason. They've been a perennial all-star in Japan. 2-1 to Weeks. Brewers with a runner in scoring position. Top of the first, nobody out. Aoki was hit by a pitch to start the game. This one fouled off by Weeks. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Turned out to be just a beautiful fall evening. I can't believe the way it looks now, the way it was earlier today.
Well, when we landed early this morning, very early this morning,
monsoon.
It was a monsoon at the airport, and then rained all morning, rained all afternoon.
The sun is on the buildings across the river. Gorgeous evening.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ricky Weeks. Nobody out. AJ will come set here. And Weeks strikes out. Ricky Weeks down on strikes. Now AJ will tangle with Ryan Braun next.
Weeks will strike out a lot. Brewers have a lot of guys that go down on strikes. A 4-seam fastball that threw right by him, basically. Nothing really fancy. Weeks looked like he was committed to trying to go the other way, move the runner, so he was just a little late pulling the trigger with a swing.
Ryan Braun, he takes up high. Braun now with 200 career home runs. Sunday hit his 200th and 40th of the season. He had a 2-homer day. He now has 201. 6th player in Brewers franchise history to reach 200 homers. He is tied with Cecil Cooper with 201. Gorman Thomas at 208. Richie Sexton, I beg your pardon, Jenkins had 212, Fielder 230, and Yount 251. Fastest active players. He's trailing Howard, Pujols, Dunn, and A-Rod.
His OPS getting up close to 1,000. He's got 30 doubles. And another strong season.
AJ will step off. Walker was painting him a target, but AJ wasn't going to throw. 1-1 the count. Braun fouls it back. Well, inclement weather outside of Pittsburgh is causing some issues. Philadelphia is still in the wild card hunt. They'll have to wait. Their game with the Mets has been postponed due to severe weather in New York. And also the Washington Nationals and Dodgers. Dodgers in front of the Pirates right now. They're going to have to wait. Pirates now will have a chance to gain on them without the Dodgers playing tonight. And then they'll be forced into a doubleheader, the Nationals and the Dodgers. 1-2. It's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Braun. In the American League, the Yankees and the Blue Jays postponed that game in the Bronx. So weather washed out in the Apple tonight and in the nation's capital. 5 for 12 against A.J. Burnett. And Braun awaits the 2-2 pitch. And this is going to get Aoki toward third base. The throw by Barajas too late. It's a full count, and now the Brewers with a man at third and 1 out.
Not ideal.
Kind of handcuffed Rod, trying to knock it down with a bare hand.
Anything you can do to keep that guy off third base. It didn't go very far. Got back to it quickly, but not quick enough. Infield's going to stay back. Give up a run for an out. Need a strikeout.
Full count pitch. And Braun back to the screen. He'll get another one from AJ. A.J. Burnett now with 133 wild pitches. He is the active leader currently in the big leagues. Aoki at third, Braun at the plate. Top of the first inning. Payoff pitch. Braun gets another piece of it. AJ ready to deliver the 8th pitch to Ryan Braun. He's seen 7 already.
I'm trying to keep those fastballs upstairs a little bit on him. The group up high, those are the fastballs. Just trying to get him to chase a couple breaking balls away.
He's walked Braun.
Another fastball.
So 2 on without the benefit of a hit. This will bring up the cleanup man, Aramis Ramirez. And now, still, if you're looking for a bright spot here, Pirates could turn 2 and get out of the inning without giving anything up. That's the best case scenario. Aramis Ramirez been driving in a lot of runs for Ron Renicke's crew. Braun, a threat to run. 24 stolen bases. And he is looking to become a 30-30 guy. He needs 6 more steals to do that. He has 40 home runs. Ramirez with 24 homers and 92 runs batted in. Runners at the corners and 1 out for Ramirez. Ball 1. .92 RBIs. It is the 9th career 90-plus RBI season for Ramirez. He's been a run producer for a long time.
One of those guys that able to get it going very early in his career. We talked about Starlin Castro in Chicago coming on at a young age and having a great success. Aramis a similar type success early on, maybe not quite batting average, but right away you could see he was going to be an RBI guy.
There goes Braun. Barajas will throw through, and Braun is in with his 25th stolen base. 2nd stolen base of the inning for the Brewers.
Got a shot being a 30-30 man this year. That big leg kick. Throw pretty much on the money. Late.
If he does get to 30-30, it'd be the second time in his career and the third time by a Brewer. 2-1 to Ramirez. AJ's got to throw some strikes. In the top of the first, one man out, 2 on. Brewers threatening to score early. This will be the 22nd pitch of the inning for Burnett, and still only 1 out. Certainly not the kind of start he was hoping for. In fact, the Pirates are winless in AJ's last 5 starts. But his last time out against the Brewers in the 1st of September, he held Milwaukee to 2 runs, 9 strikeouts. He pitched 6 2/3 innings in that game. There's a strike to Ramirez, 2-2.
The way these guys having a striking out, I mean, they're a club that does that. You could see where AJ could really be extremely successful against him.
Last time a 6-inning outing again with 8 strikeouts. Wednesday in Cincinnati.
That punch out right here, this would be huge.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Aramis Ramirez. Burnett looks at second, now kicks and comes home. Pops him up.
That'll work just like the strikeout.
Garrett Jones records the out, and there are 2 down for the Brewers. A chance for Burnett to wriggle off the hook.
Been throwing a lot of fastballs upstairs. He came with another one right at the top of the zone, and Ramirez straight up with it.
Two on and 2 out for Jonathan Lucroy.
Hopefully the only bad thing about the inning will be the pitch count.
Lucroy is 5 for 14 against the Pirates this season. .357 average. He takes a strike. AJ gets ahead of him. .318 the average on the season for Lucroy. He missed 50 games due to a fracture in his right throwing hand. 0-1. Outside 1-1. Lucroy has steadied the ship behind the plate. The veteran right-handed hitting catcher. 13 strikes, 11 balls in the early going for Burnett.
Let's tighten that up a little, huh?
I think so, yeah.
A few more strikes, but yeah, he's been in a position almost from the get-go of having to make pitchers type pitches. Trying to be fine with him. Wow, what was that one? Looked pretty close.
Tom Hallion, the veteran crew chief.
Let's take a look at the strike zone down in the corner. Yeah, just a little bit off. It was close, though.
That was a strike last night and into this morning. Then again, a lot of things were. Brian O'Nora, Chad Fairchild, Alfonso Marquez, the other 3 umpires, along with Hallion. 2-1 coming to Lucroy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Burnett can get the final out here and keep the Brewers scoreless. That can give the Bucks a lift heading into their first at bat. Marte, Tabata, and McCutchen due to hit against Giovanni Gallardo in the bottom of the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lucroy. Burnett's 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning for AJ. A tough start, but he's able to strand the runners. Home run. The Pirates have gone deep 10 times in their last 7 games, including 5 times in the last 3 on the recently completed road trip in Chicago. The Pirates have their home run stroke back, and they hope it is a factor tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers in Game 1 of this series. Pirates lineup brought to you by Toyota. Starling Marte leads off, then Tabata and Andrew McCutchen in 11 games against the Brewers this year, hitting .364. 4 long balls and 12 runs batted in. Jones batting cleanup, Walker fifth. And Yovani Gallardo, the guy trying to get him out tonight. Yovani Gallardo has put up some good numbers, especially lately. And the 0-1 pitch fouled off. It's 0-2 to Starling Marte.
When Gallardo starts a ball game, there are some times where he can be a little on the wild side, and you got to watch him right away and see if he's throwing strikes on a particular night. He's got 78 walks. A good chance he might push over 90 some walks by the time he's done this year.
Marte caught looking, and Tom Hallion rings him up. So 1 out quickly. Barrel Automotive league leaders stats, strikeouts per 9 innings. Strasburg was shut down. Gonzalez's teammate up on top of the list, and Gallardo on the list. 9.08. Barrel driven to be better. Pirates have struck out 60 times in the last group of games, so they will strike out. Teams do strike out against the Brewers. The Brewers have some outrageous strikeout numbers. They've set a franchise record for striking out opponents this year.
They strike out a lot, so they turn the table.
Yeah, 1,263 strikeouts now. That's most in a single season for the Brewers. Brewers pitchers are on pace for 1,400 strikeouts, which would just miss the record set by the 2003 Cubs of 1,404. Tabata taking all the way, and it's a strike. 2-1. One out, nobody on, and Yovani Gallardo set to throw. 3-1 to Tabata. And that one is up high, ball 4, and Tabata's aboard.
What you got to do, you got to show some patience with him, but he will give you this. Looking at his numbers against everybody, Garrett Jones is walking into the on-deck circle right now. He's had 23 plate appearances against Gallardo. Gallardo's walked him 8 times. There will be some guys in the lineup that he will not throw strikes to. And you got to give him that opportunity. The wind is, a little breeze blowing out tonight. The ball's going to carry. Those base runners could be turned into runs pretty easy.
Upstairs, and a ball delivered to Andrew McCutchen, so Lucroy out to deliver a message to Gallardo.
Strike zone going right now. That pitch was a strike according to the strike zone. I think most of the pitches to Tabata that he walked on were a strike as far as the strike zone is concerned, that we showed down in the corner. So also, along with the fact that Gallardo will walk a few people, you can see early on the strike zone itself, the way it's being called tonight, might be a little tight. So be patient.
Two balls, no strikes to McCutchen. See that first pitch one.
And there was a bunch of those to Tabata that were on the strike grid also that weren't called. So these are the things that you have to kind of scout out for yourself early in a ball game. Is the pitcher throwing the ball where he wants to? Is it with all of his pitches, or is he missing with a certain pitch, a breaking ball, changeup, something he can't get over? And how's the umpire calling it?
Right at Weeks, he flips to Segura. That's a double play, and the inning comes to an end. Ahead of the second at PNC Park, no score, Brewers and Pirates. No scores. We go to the top of the second. Well, some of the minor leaguers from the different organizations that are in the developmental system of the Pirates receiving their Pirates Community Commitment Program Award, something the Pirates do annually to a number of young players, including Jeff Clement, who won the award for the AAA Indianapolis Indians, where he spent the majority of the season, now here in the big leagues. But, from State College, you saw Luis Heredia, the teenager who is built like a man. He is huge. I expect great things out of Luis Heredia. Tim Alderson from Altoona, Casey Sadler from Bradenton, Zach Von Rosenberg from West Virginia, and you see the rest of the list. Of course, Lorenzo and Salazar from the Dominican Summer League. A real nice thing the Pirates do, bringing in these guys each year to reward them here in Pittsburgh at PNC Park.
And more than fun for them. They come up and hang out. The big league team.
This is where they want to be. This is their goal. Travis Ishikawa, 2-1 count. More than 13,000 hours of community service have been performed by Pirates players throughout the organization since the program was implemented in 2008. The 2-1 to Ishikawa. In for a strike, 2-2. Well, what can that do for a pitcher's confidence, Bob? You start by hitting a guy, giving up a walk, you get second and third, 1 out, then you get the final 2 outs, 2 punch outs in the inning. Can that help the confidence of AJ?
I don't think AJ really ever lacks confidence, no matter what's going on out there. I mean, that's his deal. You know, he always has that same body language going. But what it does is it can make you think, oh man, I dodged a bullet right there. Because you know there's going to be 1 or 2 innings every night where you're going to be in trouble. No matter how good you're pitching, there's going to be a certain time where they're going to have some runners in scoring position. You're going to have to deal with it. And if you get through one of them, then you can start thinking to yourself, okay, that was going to be my bad inning. But then again, if you put the first guy on, then that's not good at all.
Just like last inning, he hits the leadoff man. Second hit batsman, and he hit him on a 3-2 pitch.
And that's probably what he really wanted to stay away from more than anything else, is going to a full count, because his pitch count got so elevated in that first inning. Wants to try and get some efficiency going, have a little bit of a quick inning. And now he's already thrown 6 pitches here.
And now we'll face Carlos Gomez, who's got pretty good wheels. Tough guy to double up. He's grounded into 5 double plays this season. Alvarez will play in on the grass. You see Ishikawa held on by Jones.
Likes to bunt. Got to take that away from him.
And he tries to bunt. Takes a strike. Nothing in 1 to Gomez.
Shown some surprising power this year. I didn't know he could hit the ball out of the ballpark like he's done. 16 home runs.
It's this one down the left field line. It's going to hook. See Chris Resop earlier today. He was named the Pirates nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award, and Resop and a number of his teammates will display their charitable side tomorrow. They'll visit Dilworth Elementary. Frank Coonley, who you see there, along with manager Clint Hurdle, and the team and coaches will all be there to distribute $25,000 in school supplies and equipment purchased by Pirates charities. So Chris is one of 30 award finalists, and his outreach focused on pediatric cancer awareness. And to vote, go to MLB.com/Clemente Award and vote for Chris Resop.
That last pitch looked like it was another one of those that are in the zone, didn't get called. Saw a little bit of a reaction from AJ about it.
Parma's not going to get it. A base hit for Gomez. 2 on, nobody out.
Could have been strike 3, and it got turned into a base hit. But it definitely, you can tell there's a smaller strike zone, much smaller than not yesterday. But you got to deal with it. You see the number 3 pitch, that was the 0-2 pitch that was upstairs, called upstairs, but you can see it was just at the top of the strike zone.
Well, in this morning's game in Chicago, because of the late hour, you'd be, not surprised that strike zone might have been expanded here and there, but it seems like A.J. Gallardo might have to throw it into a coffee can here tonight.
Well, I wouldn't call it I don't want to give the impression that I'm saying that. I'm just saying that different umpires have, sometimes a little different strike zones. It's not a coffee can, but it's
figure of speech.
You have hitters umpires and you have pitchers umpires, and every now and then I could see an umpire maybe even kind of move, having a night where it calls more strikes and balls or vice versa. But you have to learn that as you're out there on the mound, or if you're up there as hitters. You got to know the flow of the calls, which way they're going. Make your adjustments.
Did you say your favorite was Frank Pulley? That your guy?
I like Frank a lot, yeah. Frank, I thought, was a pretty fair umpire, but as long as you didn't do anything to show him up, he would give you the benefit of the doubt every now and then, especially if you held your tongue on a couple that maybe he would miss and maybe the hitters wouldn't. Of course, that was the old days before that grid you see off to the side that is used to judge the umpires, grade the umpires. They didn't have that back then, and the difference between umpires was a little more pronounced than it is now. There were truly guys you knew for sure were hitters umpires and guys you knew were pitchers umpires.
It's a strike in on the 3-0 pitch to Gene Segura. Seven for 15 over his last 6 games. He's been picking things up, hitting .467 during that time period, a total of .250 for his season average. And he has walked the bases full. AJ's second walk, but his 4th free pass. He's hit 2 men.
Gallardo is not your average hitting pitcher either. He's sometimes tough to deal with.
Boy, oh boy. How about this? Top of the 2nd inning, Clint Hurdle calling for action in the bullpen. In a scoreless game.
And Ray Searage is going to call timeout to go out and give somebody time to loosen up. I saw Karsten stand up. I wonder if Jeff Karstens could be getting a call.
Yeah, he is going to the mound. Jeff Karstens, who has been working out of the bullpen but has not had an appearance out of the bullpen. Clint told me in the dugout at Wrigley Field Sunday that he was looking for an opportunity for Jeff where he could pitch multiple innings. And they want to see how he does out of the bullpen before they decide what to do about the rotation. Clint did confirm today, by the way, that Kevin Correa is in the rotation the rest of the way this year. Correa, in case you happen to be sleeping, and I'm sure some people probably were last night late, early this morning, Kevin pitched perhaps the best game of his season. Scattered just 2 hits over 7 innings, struck out 6. That ties a season high for him.
Tremendous timing on that appearance by Kevin. Club really needed a pick-me-up after that horrible game on Sunday. And Kevin rose to the occasion like you want out of a veteran pitcher. Great job.
As a veteran pitcher, A.J. Burnett trying to work his way out of a bases loaded, no out jam. No score, top of the 2nd. Giovanni Gallardo, his opposite number at the plate. He's ahead of him 0-2, but Gallardo's not your average hitting pitcher. He's better than that. Hitting .164 this year, but he's got a power stroke. 10 career home runs for Gallardo. There's the 0-2 blocked by Barajas. So a nice job by Rod from keeping that ball from getting away. Ishikawa's down there at 3rd. He would be the game's first run if he comes in.
That was way out there. You saw the chalk line in front of the left-hand hitter's batter's box. Great job by Rod keeping the runner at 3rd.
And Gallardo Strikes out looking. Strikeout number 3 for AJ.
Throw a breaking ball at him and look right over the inside half of the plate.
And Tom Hallion's signature ring up on a strike 3.
It's a good one, isn't it?
I think it's the best. I like that one the best in baseball. There's no secret.
Nope. You're not going to get any argument from me. That's a nice one there. It's not too flashy, but at the same time, it lets everyone in the ballpark instantly know that's a strikeout.
Aoki hit by a pitch his first time up. Slaps it to left field, and the Brewers will take a lead, 1-0. An RBI base hit by Aoki. That's what he does. He just paddles balls the other way.
And because of that, it's just a one-run single. You have Marte right over there, real shallow, knowing that Aoki's not going to drive a ball over his head, but probably just slap a single that direction. So he was right in position to quickly get that ball. And with his arm, you can't even think about scoring. And that strong throw right to Pedro.
Gomez down at third base now, and over at second, Segura, with Aoki at first.
Time for another strikeout. I have the right guy up there. Weeks went down on strikes last time, swinging at high fastball.
He does strike out pretty often, and he takes strike 1 there. Ricky Weeks has struck out 155 times. He tied for third in the National League with Dan Uggla. Danny Espinosa of Washington, the strikeout leader, 174. Pedro Alvarez next at 160. 0-1 to Ricky Weeks. Bases full of Brewers. They've got a 1-0 lead. Weeks now behind 0-2. Almost halfway to 100 for AJ Burnett. Karstens has slowed down, and looks like he's ready anytime the call would come. Weeks goes down swinging. Second time tonight, Ricky Weeks has struck out.
Threw that fastball by him away, and not really elevated, but about belt high. Right by him. That's what happened last time. Put it past him. Couldn't catch up.
Ryan Braun with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Braun walked in the first. Ground ball toward the middle. Barmes has it. He will flip to Walker. They get the out there. And a bases loaded, no out jam. And AJ gives up just the 1 run through an inning and a half. It's the Brewers 1, Pirates 0. cool night at PNC Park. Enhance your Pirates at-home experience on Root Sports Game Connect. It's an interactive second screen experience. You can find live game stats and interact with us and fellow Bucco fans watching the game. Game Connect, a better way to connect with the game than ever before. Connect now at rootsports.com. Garrett Jones leads off, and he's behind in the count, 0-1. Jones, Walker, and Alvarez to hit against Giovanni Gallardo in the second. Shortstop Segura playing up the middle for Jones. Who hits this one in the air to center field. Circling back around it is Gomez, but Braun, the left fielder, will take it. One gone for the Bucks. Braun went a long way to get that baseball. Typically the center fielder is going to take that.
Good outfielder. Was very poor at third base, but he is a good outfielder.
He played his way into the outfield as a third baseman.
They found out his rookie year that third was not going to be his best spot. They moved him out to left field. And he's done a great job out there. Good speed. He can go get the baseball. Quite a player.
1-0 to Walker. Neal with the night off last night. A long night for the Pirates. Pirates used that rain delay. And again, they had a 3-hour and 37-minute delay before starting the game last night in Chicago. And used that time down to actually work on scouting ahead for the Brewers. They had a lot of that material anyway, but with the downtime, watched a lot of film and got ready for this series. Did a lot of work on Gallardo. Kevin Correa continued his focus on the Cubs, and he carved him up a little bit last night. Ball and 2 strikes to Neal. Well, the 18th of September is here. There's a fall-like chill in the air, and the Pirates are still in it. 2.5 out of that wild card. I talked to Clint about that the other day in Chicago when the Pirates were 3 out, and he said it's mind-blowing to him considering the number of losses the Pirates have endured through August and into September, and the teams above them have also struggled. The Cardinals have struggled. The Dodgers have struggled. The only teams that have been hot have been the Phillies and these Brewers, and the Brewers have caught the Pirates, but this series should determine a lot in terms of the wild card.
What has happened is it just made a 3-team party into a 5-team party.
And down on strikes goes Walker. 2 men out.
Take a look at that strike 3 pitch. Exactly was it? It was low off the plate. Finally got a call.
Well, not only do the pitchers have to adjust to the strike zone, the hitters do too. And from their perspective, it can be different night to night, depending on who's calling the balls and strikes. Pedro's first plate appearance in the game. 1-0. He cuts through it. On Sunday, Pedro had 2 home runs against the Cubs, one longer than the next. And both opposite field home runs. Now Alvarez down the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Giovanni Gallardo's 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2.
Pedro is not one of the hitters that has had much success against Gallardo. He's been a strikeout victim over half his at bats.
Pedro just fouled on the third base side.
Just barely. Pedro's been doing a better job of that this year. It's why that batting average has stayed up in the mid-200s most of the time. He'll take a hit to left every now and then. And every now and then he'll also take a home run to left. done that several times.
Count is now full to Alvarez. He's just got such strength. He can hit a ball to left field, probably farther than a right-handed hitter can, depending on who that hitter is.
Playing him to pull, outfield and infield.
Payoff pitches, low, ball 4. 2-out walk to Alvarez.
Gallardo, after he got ahead of him with 2 strikes, he in his mind just made it up that I'm going to try and get him to chase something and wouldn't go back after him. The last 2 pitches were close. But Barmes has been hitting better of late. Last couple of days we were singing the praises, at least I was, and I think everybody pretty much was. Darwin Barney.
Clint Barmes with a base hit. 2 on and 2 out.
Barmes has more home runs and more RBIs than Darwin Barney. And Barmes has kind of been thrown under the bus a little bit on offense, to say the least, this year. Doing great with the glove work, and I think maybe a little bit better than most people realize with the bat.
Rod Barajas, number 8 hitter in the order. Pirates have the tying run in scoring position. That's Alvarez at second base. Barnes not being held on at first, has a big lead. Ball 1 to Rod. In the series with the Cubs, Rod probably might have had the longest single you'll ever see at Wrigley Field. At the very top of the deep part of the left field wall, bounced back off the brick, and he couldn't get beyond first base. He did drive in a run on the play. Two 2-0 to Barajas as he gets ahead of Gallardo. Just a brief 3-game series. Don't forget Thursday's game is a 4:05 start. 3-0. Gallardo pitch away from loading up the bases. A.J. Burnett is on deck.
It'll be wild. Just show some patience and hope you can come up with a big base hit after he's put a couple of guys on. Big swing out of Barajas.
Barajas took a rip at the 3-0 and thought that he was going to get a good one. He got a good one.
He was trying to send that one to the doggies.
It is a pup night tonight out on the deck. Sure, we'll show you some dogs a little later on to the telecast. Man's best friend here at the ballpark tonight as well. 3-1, now it's 3-2. Runners will go on this pitch with 2 men out. There's some of the pups. I'd really be impressed if one of them had a scorecard out in pencil. A lot of dogs are smart, but if they can keep score, that'd be kind of interesting.
Good night to have one of those dogs with you. A little chilly out there on the deck.
Payoff pitch, and Barajas takes upstairs. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 2 men out. And A.J. Burnett a chance to help his own cause.
Barajas might have scared him a little bit with those first 2 big swings. He didn't want to come back with a fastball. Missed upstairs with a breaking pitch. Gallardo has walked 2 now this inning. Looking for that big base hit.
Turned out to be a really nice night. Very pretty night here in Pittsburgh. A 1-0 Milwaukee lead. Bottom of the second. Base is full. A.J. Burnett swings and misses.
A lot of greenish brown water in the river right now after that big rain.
Yeah, different color.
A runoff going down.
1 ball and 1 strike. Somehow A.J. Burnett can get on base here, tie the ball game, and bring up Marte, who's been swinging a good bat. Alvarez, the runner at third. He's the tying run. 2 strikes to A.J. A.J. has been up twice before this season with the bases loaded. He's got a hit and drove in a run. Marte hoping he gets a chance, but A.J. working against Gallardo. 2-2.
Good eye. That was the one that Gallardo wanted to try and strike him out with. Doesn't want to go to 3 balls. He's going to have to throw a strike to him this pitch.
There's the 2-2. And Burnett over the mound. Weeks will elect to go to first base and retire Burnett. So the Pirates will leave him loaded in the bottom half of the second inning. 1-0 Brewers.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealers. Life is all about the ride. See your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers today for a great car with a great deal. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Roberto Clemente Day, September 18th, 2012. The great one. An outstanding player.
Lines a drive down the right field line. Engaging.
Almost for 3,000 hits. Great humanitarian as well. Roberto Clemente celebrated all throughout baseball today. And to listen to Steve Blass describe him. Steve, of course, a teammate of Clemente, and describe how he played the game. The gracefulness, the pure baseball ability that Clemente possessed. 317 average, 12 gold gloves, a 12-time All-Star. Spent 18 seasons with the Pirates, and the funny thing is, he was with the Dodgers. He was a Rule 5 pick away from the Dodgers. I guess that one worked out.
Yeah, one of the better Rule 5 picks you'll ever see.
I think that might be the all-time best Rule 5 pick. Honoring the life of Roberto Clemente all around baseball today. That's why the Pirates are wearing the 1970s era caps tonight. 1-0 Brewers, top of the third inning. Aramis Ramirez at the plate. Pirates had a chance to tie it up and perhaps do more damage. They left the bases full in the bottom of the second.
Aramis Ramirez had an important pop-up his last at bat.
Popped up to the first baseman Jones with 1 out and the bases full. Chase that one. It's 0-2. Ramirez has added a lot of offense to the Brewers. They got him from the Cubs. Trying to replace some of the offense they lost when Prince Fielder went over to the Tigers. 0-2 pitch. Wouldn't bite on that one. One ball and 2 strikes to Ramirez. Burnett, long look in at Barajas, finally gets the sign he wants. Toward third, took a funny hop, but Alvarez stuck with it and fires it wildly. And Ramirez is aboard. 3rd straight inning, the Brewers have had the leadoff man on base.
And that hop kind of threw everything out of sync for Pedro Alvarez.
Error on Pedro.
Right there, that ball got back on him. And now he just kind of rushed things a little bit. He's got such a great arm. Sometimes he doesn't really get the momentum going toward first base like he should. And right there you could see him. He threw the ball off his back foot, threw it uphill. That was a crazy hop that he had to stay with. Looked like it was going to go down the line to his backhand and ended up to his other side.
Man aboard. Nobody out. Lucroy, a 1-ball, no strike count. And the Parrots found a friend.
Oh, man.
She hasn't called for the usher yet to get him
She
out.
will.
Yeah, she will get sick of him after a while.
Where's he at? Oh, that's right behind the Brewers. Might be a Brewer fan.
People behind them didn't know they were in obstructed view seats.
Exactly. They wanted him to leave. He just was sat right back down. Oh, the Parrot.
Back now.
He makes me laugh.
Her name must be Pat.
Oh, very good.
One pitch to Lucroy. Ground ball to short. Should be 2. Barmes slips a little, steps on the bag, throws on the first. That's a double play.
That cleans up that error nicely.
Barmes hanging in there. Looks like
Spinning his wheels a little
he
bit.
stumbled a little right there.
You know, he wanted to shovel the ball to Walker. Didn't it? No, I guess not. I thought I saw his arm come out, but you could see from the replay he was going to take that the whole time. He just slipped.
First baseman Travis Ishikawa at the plate. First time up, he led off the second inning, hit by a pitch, and he has scored the game's only run. Ball 1 to Ishikawa, the former San Francisco Giant.
AJ needs a quick out here now, and that'll get his pitch count a little bit back to where it should be. The first 2 innings, he threw 51 pitches. He's only thrown 7 pitches this inning.
Ground ball to second base, and there's the quick out that you ordered up on. Walker throws out Ishikawa. Double play helps out AJ for 2.5. It's a 1-0 Brewer lead at PNC Park. The third, and the top of the order is up. Starling Marte, he's the subject of our PNC achievement for the Achiever in You. 3 straight games at Wrigley Field, 3 triples. First Pirate since Andrew McCutchen in 2009 to triple in 3 straight games. And the guy before McCutchen who did it, got to go all the way back to 1940 when Bob Elliott accomplished the feat. For the last 3 Pirates, Marte, McCutchen, and Elliott to do that.
Say 3 straight days or
3 straight games.
I think you get that 3rd one today.
Oh, this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was at a loss. I was wondering what you were talking about. But yeah, you're right.
I'm getting you on a technicality.
The timing, right?
Yeah.
It was after midnight.
Yeah.
What was it, after midnight Eastern or Central?
I don't know. It had to be close.
You know, that was the 3rd inning, Bob, in a rapidly moving game. I think he did it Central Time last night.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna guess, and it was tomorrow in Beijing. This one's fouled back and up into the seats. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Marte. Oh, you're probably right. It probably was midnight.
Oh, I don't know. I was sitting there thinking. I was watching that ball go down the corner on the highlight, and I was thinking, oh, that was.
Well, the reason I say it was
1 o'clock in the morning.
It was probably midnight was because of the it was ground ball to short. Segura fires onto first base, and Marte makes it a close play. But there's one. The reason I say this is because one of the sports writers asked Clint Hurdle today, how about the midnight triple of Marte? He referred to it as the midnight triple, so maybe you're right.
11:19. You're right. I just looked it up.
Bob's research staff hard at work.
12:19 Eastern, and we are the Pittsburgh Pirates, live in Eastern time zones.
Marte's 0 for 2. Here's Tabata. He walked his first time up.
Well, it's playing in the Central Division.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors involved in this, isn't it?
There is, but after this next road trip, you won't have any more Central time zone games against the Houston Astros, since they're going to the American League after this season. Strike, foul ball to Tabata, 1-1. So that'll be 1 less series, or a couple of less series a year in Houston, where the Pirates will play in the Central time zone. Well, you should probably sit still when you get that. Huh?
Look at those. Those are so good.
There you go. Sit still and enjoy it.
They are great here. Get a bucket of wings anytime you come down to the ball game. They are delicious. So good.
On the one occasion I've known Bob to have wings after a game, he would jump around like that. He's so excited.
Once or twice a year I break down and have some chicken wings. There it is. Quaker Steak and Loop. Get a whole bucket, take it back to the seat. Enjoy.
There goes Tabata. Strikeout. He is 0 for 1, and Gallardo, his 3rd strikeout of the game.
Fastball. That bottom right-hand corner.
I think Tabata's bat came across, so swinging strikeout.
Is that Pomeranian strike call? It is a beauty. Your back's got to be in good shape to make that call.
McCutchen trying to get to first base before the baseball, but Gallardo makes a good play. And McCutchen is now 0 for 2. Pirates gone in order in the 3rd. On to the 4th. Gallardo and the Brewers up 1-0. Group can take home a Pirates cap or Roberto Clemente replica jerseys with just the price of a ticket, in addition to a great discount. To reserve your group tickets, 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/groups. But those games, funner in bunches. So bring out your group. Still another homestand to go on the season with Cincinnati and the Braves. So make your plans now and bring out your group.
Bring out your groups. Bring out your groups.
Is that a Monty Python reference? The Holy Grail? I think that was. I'll try to slip that past me.
We're sharp tonight.
No, just
not going to happen.
We're both very well rested.
Yeah, a lot of sleep. I slept perfectly.
Yeah, I got about, I don't need more than 120 minutes a night. No problem. Gomez swings the first pitch and hits it to deep center, but there is McCutchen for the out. The pitch, one swing, one out. That's how AJ starts the fourth. Steve Blass, he is the most well rested of the bunch. He was not with us on the road trip. He was overheard asking somebody, "Oh, you guys had a game last night?"
How about Brownie and his little light?
It's a heat lamp.
Yes. He's got that little light there. He knows we're looking at him. See the monitor on his right or on his left. That has the root feed, so he knows that we're talking about his light. Probably he's trying to ignore it.
Somewhere in his mind, he's thinking, "What are they talking about?" Gene Segura, the shortstop, bounces it to the right side. There's Walker, and there's two down.
This is perfect.
Paul Alexander's with us tonight. Let's check in with Paul.
Well, guys, you know, the Pirates certainly got in very early this morning. As you know, you were with them. But back on March the 31st, the Pirates were resting comfortably in Milwaukee while the Brewers were playing the Dodgers. They got home at 6:30 in the morning. The Pirates managed to win that game. Hopefully the Pirates reverse that trend tonight. They're the ones sleep deprived, but Milwaukee was here resting last night.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get those travel days and you know your team's playing, and the team you're going to play is playing on the road somewhere. You hope they play all night long.
Sometimes it works for you, sometimes against. Nothing you can do about it. Right now, AJ's really regrouped nicely from those first two innings. He had a real quick third, and now a situation here he can have a super quick fourth inning.
I asked Clint Hurl about a long game he played in, and he said, "Yep, right off the top of his head. July 4th, 1985. He was with the Mets against the Braves in Atlanta. They went 19 innings. They had 3 rain delays. So they got back to the hotel that morning at 5 a.m. Two balls, one strike. 2 men out, bases empty. Fortunately, they weren't traveling. Mid-series game. Mets would win that game 16-13 over the Braves, by the way. So the score, the run total, obviously had something to do with the length of the game as well.
Yeah, sure. Kind of like that game we had last year in Atlanta.
Took a while. Gallardo clubs this one toward the left field line. Marte on the run, and he will run out of room.
Just deep enough to get into that corner.
Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question for tonight. Who is the only Brewer to win the Roberto Clemente Award? The only Milwaukee Brewer to win the Roberto Clemente Award, League One. Give you the answer next half inning. Payoff pitch to Gallardo. Ground ball to Barmes. Spins and throws him out. 1, 2, 3. Go the Brewers in the 4th inning. Bucks trying to get on the board. over the Pirates.
Well, they all get along so well out there.
We're just enjoying the game. Let's take a look at our Allegheny Sports Medicine injury update. Corey Hart has a left foot injury, plantar fasciitis, and he started last on September 9th and experienced a setback on Sunday. He might be done for the rest of the season. So Corey Hart, who is one of the big hitters for the Brewers, their first baseman, been playing more first base this year than ever before. Normally the right fielder in years past. Still has played some right field this year. Gallardo in the bottom of the fourth inning will face Garrett Jones, Neil Walker, and Pedro Alvarez. Pirates trying to tie this thing up on what has turned out to be a very nice night.
Absolutely beautiful. A lot of strong current, I would imagine, running down the river.
And the pitch is in for a strike to Garrett Jones. One ball and one strike to Jones, who fouls this one off to the right. Garrett's 0 for 1. He flied out to Ryan Braun in left center field in the second inning. Giovanni Gallardo, 26-year-old right-hander, deals a ball outside. Gallardo this year has 24 quality starts. He shares the major league lead with the Mets' R.A. Dickey in that category. And when he starts a game, the Brewers are 20-10, and Jones belts one towards center field. It's going to hang up for Gomez.
Hit it too hard. That's one you want coming off the end of the bat. Just dunk in out there, but he scalded that one and it hung up. Line drive. Had some backspin on it. Was able to carry. That's when you want to hit the top spin lob. Get it out there and have it dive down. All right, Neil, I got you on my Rivers Casino tips to win. Gonna have a big night. Now's the time to start.
And the ground ball to second base. Weeks will throw him out. So
Next
they'll
at
have
bat.
to
Next at
do it
bat.
in the next at bat.
It's going to happen.
Let's take a look at our trivia question one more time. AT&T Mobility trivia question. Who is the only Milwaukee Brewer to win the Roberto Clemente Award?
I don't know. I'm curious to see.
Maybe Robin Yount is a guess. Cecil Cooper. There you go. Cecil Cooper, 1983.
Teammates.
Cooper, big first baseman.
He could hit.
Slugger.
He could hit.
201 home runs for Cooper.
That certainly has, I think, been a trademark in the Brewers franchise since they came into the league. As an expansion team, they've been able to hit. They've always had some great hitters. Always. Were they an expansion team, or were they the Seattle Pilots?
Seattle Pilots.
They're 1 year removed from being an expansion.
Yeah. Bud Selig was the guy that brought him from Seattle to Milwaukee. Milwaukee was without baseball after losing the Braves to Atlanta. Pitches up high to Pedro. 1-2. Hat on backwards. That's Corey Hart. I guess that signifies that you're hurt.
That means you have a sore foot.
Yeah. Or you just have your hat on the wrong way.
Keeps your hair out of your eyes. Sort of thing.
Trying to talk to the dogs. Do they talk back to you, Bob?
With their eyes.
Alvarez down on strikes, and the Pirates retired in order for the second straight inning. On to the fifth at PNC Park.
Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
Along with Paul Alexander and Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Thanks for being with us tonight, watching Pirates baseball. Tight ball game. Getting close to halfway through, 1-0. There's a big boy. He's got his Pirates jersey on. Boy.
If he wants through, I'd let him.
He doesn't have to pay the toll. Top of the order, Aoki has an RBI base hit. He drove in in the second inning. Yoichika Aoki. He's been on the World Baseball Classic team for Japan. He's been on the Olympic team for Japan. 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. The Brewers have had the leadoff man aboard in 3 of the first 4 innings. AJ finally retiring the Brewers in order in the 4th.
So 51 pitches in the first 2 innings. And I think 18 pitches in the next 2 innings. So really settled in.
Missed up high, 3-0.
So far, right now, this is looking like the first 2. Back to missing the strike zone.
Just catching the corner. AJ gets back in the count with Aoki. (3-1). This one ripped to right. Tabata will play it on a bounce. So Aoki aboard.
Got himself in that 3-ball count. Had to come at him. High fastball. So Aoki, in the driver's seat in that hitter's count 3-1, he's going to look fastball. And this time, instead of just trying to sit back and play defense and slap the ball somewhere, he got out there and tried to pull it and hit it hard.
Aoki stole second when he was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Over first, he was leaning.
Yeah, he's trying to run again. It was a close play at second base. You see a little bit of a jab step towards second base. Remember, AJ, who doesn't do a slide step, really did kind of cut his leg kick down a lot. Gave Barajas a shot at throwing him out, and it turned out to be pretty close. In fact, we had the AGH cam on there, and it looked like his foot kind of came off the bag for a moment before he got the other foot on as he was sliding. And Barmas had a nice tag laid on him, but was called safe anyway.
Weeks, a ground ball to short. Barmas to Walker for 1, back to first, double play.
A good job by AJ there. The pickoff throws, and then when he did go home, it was a quick pitch. He didn't hardly come set at all. Just nice quick pitch home. And that's what he wanted to do. Try and get that ground ball before Aoki could take off and run.
2 men out for Ryan Braun. Base is empty. Ball 1 to Braun. He's 0 for 1. Walked in the first inning and then bounced into a fielder's choice in the second. And there's strike 1. 1-1. Ryan Braun joined Prince Fielder as the only players in franchise history with 5 seasons of 30+ home runs. 5 seasons of 30 or more.
As I said earlier, they've had some pretty darn good hitters go through that organization.
Well, you think of guys like Gorman Thomas, who was a home run hitter. Richie Sexson who did it twice. He had a pair of 30 home run seasons. Fielder did it twice. Ben Ogilvy, another guy who's done it for the Brewers. Back in the American League days of the Brewers.
Even Hank Aaron played for the Brewers at the very end of his career. Of course, he spent a lot of time in Milwaukee when it was the Braves franchise.
One of my memories as a kid, going to Fenway Park and watching Henry Aaron hit one over the screen of the Green Monster. He was in the twilight of his career. He had already hit 715 and had broken Ruth's record, and he was probably on about home run number 740 something at that point.
Back to Milwaukee, where it all got started for him. Was able to retire in style.
3-2 pitch to Braun. And a ground ball up the middle and a base hit.
Breaking ball that didn't get outside at all. Hung down the middle of the plate. Of course, not like it was a rocket anywhere. About a 4-hopper. A little seeing eye ground ball over the edge of the mound. Ron, I think that he'll take off here momentarily.
He has already swiped a base tonight. And the pitch. He's way upstairs. Talk about Henry Aaron. I remember last year in Milwaukee having a conversation with Brewers broadcaster Bob Uecker, who's very close with Henry. Henry was prominent in the statue dedication of Bob when we were recently in Milwaukee, and he told me that Andrew McCutchen reminded him of a young Henry Aaron. And if you're Andrew McCutchen, that's got to be quite a compliment.
Is there any bigger compliment?
He said he runs like Henry did when he was younger, throws like him, covers ground like him. Here's a throw to first. Braun gets back. One and oh. Here's the pitch. Braun takes off outside for a ball. Throw down, not nearly in time, as Ryan Braun has stolen his second base of the game, 26th of the year.
You've got to believe that it's all said and done. He will be in the 30-30 club again. He's just head down the whole time, never looked. Focused on that next base.
Two and 0 to Ramirez. Two men out. Popped him up to right. And Jose Tabata underneath it. Puts it away. Braun is stranded. Halfway home at PNC Park. A.J. Burnett and the Bucks trailing the Brewers 1-0. September 30th when they host the Reds at 1:35. All fans will take home a Pirates fleece blanket thanks to Highmark. And come early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street. You can stay after the game. Kids get to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. Pirates.com for your tickets. Well, leading off the inning for the Pirates is Barnes. Blanket comes in handy. So does the hoodie. Good looking hoodie. I wonder if that comes in a bigger size.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. A nice night to have the parrot hat.
Penn State hat. Ground ball to third. Ramirez throws out Barnes.
Well, not too bad tonight. Just where we're at up here in the booth. I'm sure it's probably a little cooler out in the stands. But very comfortable.
I know our stage manager Greg Simkovich came dressed like he's going to the pool.
Yeah.
He's got his polo shirt and his
shorts,
tennis shorts on.
Busy place. Somebody spilled something there. See that? Dropped a Coke or something.
Yeah, you hope so. Oh, one pitch to Barajas. That's outside, 1-1. You wouldn't want cleanup duty tonight, would you?
No, not really.
You didn't volunteer. Barajas down the left field line, but it's going to be foul.
Well, it looked like it might have a chance to be fair off the bat. It must have really hooked hard.
One ball, 2 strikes to Barajas, 1 out, bases empty. Giovanni Gallardo delivers. And Rod hits it in the air to left, but right at Ryan Braun. 2 out. Well, we mentioned Hank Aaron. Late in his career with the Brewers. County Stadium in Milwaukee. It's one of many. 755 home runs. Bob Uecker, longtime friends of the Aarons, and played with them in Milwaukee with the Braves.
22 compared to 44. Just from looking at those 2 pictures, though, it looks like touch a little thinner, maybe than.
Yeah, but think about this.
I'm just kidding.
But think about this. When McCutchen came up in 2009, how thin he was. He's filled out.
Yeah.
Just in the first couple of years he's been in the big leagues.
A little different style hitter, though. Aaron more of a front foot guy. Or McCutchen more spin the wind.
He has spun in 28 times this year. Burnett takes outside. Count is even to AJ. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Burnett came up with the bases full in the second inning and grounded out to second. AJ down on strikes. He's 0 for 2. Third straight inning. Giovanni Gallardo has retired the side in order. 2.5. Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. St. Louis is in as of right now. Dodgers a game back, but the Dodgers not playing tonight, washed out in D.C.
That is amazing to me that game is washed out.
Why is that amazing?
I looked at the radar at about 7:30, and according to that radar map, that rain was out of there, gone.
Huh.
But then again, thinking about the way they call games in Washington, maybe I shouldn't be amazed.
Well, last year we had a complete dry out.
Yeah, we had a sunshine out there.
We didn't get a drop of rain, and we're
or a cloud for that matter.
I don't think
blue
we had.
Sky.
We might have had a cloud somewhere in the distance. Maybe it was over Virginia, but there was nothing over the District of Columbia. And what made matters worse is it was getaway day, so we had to go to the ballpark and wait. And then when we finally got on the plane, we had to wait because of a weather hold. Meantime, there were other planes taking off next to us.
Bad weather wherever we were going.
And the ironic part was that it was weather day that day, with the local weathercasters coming in from one of the news stations talking about cumulonimbus clouds and things like that. Lucroy leadoff single, and again the Brewers continue to get the leadoff man aboard. They've had a man aboard in every inning except for the fourth.
86 total pitches. Push up toward 100 now. Going to get in the 90s here pretty quickly. I would imagine we'll see the yep, there it is. Bullpen will get busy. Rysop taking off a jacket. Watson. It's always, your adrenaline goes. You hear the phone ring, and then you're sitting there, and then you wait to see what names will be called. Will it be you? And you always have a little bit of a feel for what part of the game you might be used in. Like, for instance, right now, Grilly's not going to get the adrenaline going because he knows that he's not going to pitch in the sixth.
Guys like Rysop and Watson, you never know. Popped him up, shallow left field. Out goes Barmes. In comes Marte. He calls him off and records out number one. Ishikawa is out, and he is 0 for 2. But Ishikawa scored the only run in this ball game after he was hit by a pitch in the second, driven in by Norichika Aoki. A.J. Burnett with one out. Now will face Carlos Gomez with the runner Lucroy at first. Stretch by A.J. and the pitch. Well, beg your pardon, a throw to first. And getting back in plenty of time is Lucroy.
Back now.
And they throw over to first base. A.J. trying to keep Lucroy close.
There's somebody down there yelling, watch that back knee buckle. Want to get a balk call.
And Gomez takes outside for a ball. But you'll have coaches do that to the umpire. They're just a friendly reminder, things that they think they see.
Well, I always wanted to ask, well, how do you pick your foot up off the ground without bending your knee? Are you supposed to just be straight-legged out there the whole time? On a pickoff throw?
Gomez bunts toward first. Jones will field and dives and safe as Gomez somehow eluded that tag. And he did not make an effort to go to second base. Did not break that way.
He bunts a lot. Not surprised at the bunt. I was surprised at the Jones didn't tag him. Didn't it look like he got him?
Well, we're going to see in a replay. Clint Hurdle thinks so. Talking to Brian O'Nora, the first base umpire.
Well, they're talking about the baseline.
Yeah, he's inside it there. Now cuts to the outside.
He's in that box. I can't really tell if he missed him, but he was right along the edge of the chalk line, edge of the grass. It didn't really go way out of the baseline, that's for sure.
Earl not happy about this.
Yeah, he didn't stay there really all that long, and it didn't look like he was really animated. Yep, there was daylight.
An unsatisfied skipper goes back to the dugout. 1 out and 2 on. Gene Segura, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a walk. Jay Burnett wouldn't mind another double play ball. He's had 2 of them behind him tonight. Ball 1 to Segura. Segura normally a second baseman, but the Brewers like him at short, and they'll move him over there and giving him a long extended look to see if he might be their shortstop of the future. It's been kind of a revolving door at that position over the last handful of years. And a base hit. Well, McCutchen's going to come up throwing. Here comes the runner around third. The play at the plate. Ball gets away. And it's a 2-0 Milwaukee lead.
If that pitcher hadn't have been coming up, they might have put the stop sign up for Lucroy. That ball was hit awfully hard, and Lucroy did not get a good jump coming off second base. And they had a play on him. If that ball could have been held onto by Barajas, I think they might have got an out call. No, he was going to be safe. Didn't matter. Take it back.
In an effort to get that ball down quickly, Barajas trying the quick tag. Ball wouldn't stay in his glove. A look from the AGH cam, slowing it down for you. Here's Giovanni Gallardo. 1 out and 2 on.
Not a real good play by the trail runners, especially Gomez. He's got tons of speed. What's he still doing at second base?
That's a good question.
I saw when he came around second, he slipped, but the throw was definitely way too high to be cut off. He didn't have to worry about that at all. And I'm sure Segura would have followed him into second base if he would have kept going.
There's a bouncer to short. Farmas flips to Walker for 1. Back to first. Double play. Third one pulled off by the Pirates.
It could turn out to be a big deal right there.
Another run in for Milwaukee. 2-0 Brewers. as Gene Segura drove in the game's second run with a base hit to center field, scoring Jonathan Lucroy. Earlier today, Monessen Zone, Michael Moore, three-time heavyweight champion and one-time light heavyweight champion. Terrific boxer. Career record of 52-4-1 and 40 wins by way of knockout. He won knockout the Parrot, I think. Parrot was lucky.
Parrot wanted no part of it.
I think the Parrot's got a glass jaw. Michael Moore. Nice to see him today.
Well, two things that happened in that inning that really went into the Pirates' favor. We talked about it a little bit there toward the end. Gomez not going to third on that throw to the plate set up the double play ball. And then for the second time in 2 nights, we've seen a pitcher allowed to swing away instead of sacrifice bunting and hit into a double play. And that could turn out to be big in this ball game. We'll see how it works out. Pirates need to do something on offense, though, to cash in on that.
One and one to Marte. Late on that swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 on the way. Giovanni Gallardo 8-2 in his career against the Pirates with a .280 earned run average. He's won a career high 7 straight decisions over his last 9 starts. And he strikes out Starling Marte.
Got him to chase upstairs a little bit. A lot of pitches upstairs.
11 in a row set down by Gallardo now in between innings.
Yeah, it looks like AJ got told that he's done for the night.
I think he's too happy about it.
No. Well, I mean, he's a competitor. He is no way want to come out of a 2-0 ball game. I certainly understand that. But the bullpen is busy, right-hander and left-hander.
Pirates will go to the pen early. AJ did get through 6. He's had a string of outings where he has gone at least 6. He's pitched into the 6th inning in each of his last 25 starts now.
I didn't see any handshakes there, though. Maybe he's not out of the game. Maybe he was upset something else.
Ricky Weeks throws out Jose Tabula. 2 men down and a dozen straight set down by Gallardo. Right-hander Chad Qualls warming up.
Qualls is a left-hander out there also. Probably Watson. He was up earlier throwing.
Well, speaking of right-handers, heard from former Pirate right-hander now with the Twins, Matt Capps, tonight, who's watching us down at Lakewood Ranch in Bradenton area, rehabbing. His season ending early due to injuries. Heading down to Fort Myers and the Twins complex soon to get things fixed up. And he says, tell Walk he sounds fabulous on TV.
Nice one. I think I've heard that once or twice.
Once or twice?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've heard that. Every now and then.
Yeah, see, Matt's got a pipeline up here, so he wanted to pass on a compliment to one pitcher to another. McCutcheon, a ground ball to the left side. Backing up Ramirez, who throws him out. We're going to the 7th inning. Pirates trailing Milwaukee 2-0. Here comes Tony. in Pittsburgh at PNC Park. 2-0 Brewers. Jay Burnett done for the night. And Clint Hurdle trying to give him a little encouragement. Tell him thanks for the effort tonight. So AJ is done early. He gets through 6 innings. Gives up 7 hits, 2 earned runs. Struck out 4, walked 2, hit 2.
Now the first 2 innings got that pitch count up there a little bit. Threw 51 pitches early on. But if you just look at the scoreboard, just a 2-0 ball game.
Yeah, the Pirates
certainly did a good job. Just got no run support for him.
Pirates bats have been silent. 12 in a row. Beg your pardon, 13 in a row have gone down since Barajas walked in the 2nd inning. Pirates have not had a base runner since. So Tony Watson will face Norichika Aoki. Top of the order for the Brewers. And he is 2 for 2. The thing about Aoki is he's got tremendous bat control. He can pull a ball when he needs to, which he did in his last at bat with a base hit to right. And he can slap one to left, as he did in the 2nd inning, driving in the first run of the game. This time tries to go up the middle, and Watson right there. 1 out. So Watson retires the leadoff man in the 7th. 1 out. Numbers on Burnett. Runs earned, 94 pitches for the right-handed. Pirates need to get him some runs and get him off the hook. 53 of those 94 are good for strikes.
AJ is a little old school. I think he probably wanted to go a little more than just 90-some pitches.
I'm guessing you're right. Brewers have caught the Pirates in the standings. Tied at 2.5 behind St. Louis in the wild card. St. Louis now with a 1-0 lead over Houston in the top of the 3rd at Busch Stadium.
Nick's trying to send that one to the dogs.
Nothing in 2 to Weeks. Weeks has gone down on strikes twice and hit into a double play. Not exactly a productive evening so far for Ricky Weeks.
Yeah, AJ was throwing the ball by him up and away. First couple of bats. Couldn't catch up to his fastball.
By the way, I just wanted to mention, I think I said Matt Capps will finish this season early. He's going to be back for the last 10 days for the Twins. So he's getting his injury situation worked out. Good to hear from him. One and 2 to Ricky Weeks.
I want to get out to Minnesota one of these days, see that new ballpark they have.
Yeah, we were there last year.
The last year, the
Metrodome.
old one, yeah. I want to see the new ballpark here. All kinds of great things about it.
I remember standing in the first base dugout when we got there for the first time, and then it was pouring, raining cats and dogs, if you will, and with no music playing in the Metrodome, it sounded like somebody dropped a truckload of marbles on the roof. Just
Do you
just a
remember
constant pattern.
the video of this the roof ripping under the snowfall?
Yeah.
That was
It took
a
him
crazy looking thing.
It took him a long time to repair that, too. Long time. Bunch of money. Ricky Weeks with a 1-ball 2-strike count. Watson trying to retire him here with 1 out in the Brewers' 7th. Foul back. We told you about the Dodgers and Nationals rained out. Phillies in New York rained out. And Toronto in New York also rained out. Look, Bob's got the radar out. I mean, it is perfectly clear in D.C.
Just
amazing.
nothing anywhere.
Nothing for Miles. Line drive at a base hit to left. Ricky Weeks has his first hit of the evening. I'd like to welcome Shen Heights TV subscribers from the Shenandoah area and Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching and rooting for your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. Let's go Bucks. Well, Tony Watson's going to have an early exit from this ball game as Clint Hurdle comes out to get him, with the right-hander Ryan Braun coming up. So Tony Watson got the first out, lost Weeks on a 1-2 count. Weeks with a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. And Chad Qualls is summoned from the Pirates bullpen to take over on the hill. He'll be the third pitcher used by Clint Hurdle tonight. Pitching change timeout at PNC Park. Brewers 2, Pirates nothing. Season tickets today. From full season to half and 20 game plans, there's a plan that's right for you. Enjoy great benefits all season long, like batting practice in the Pirates cages, Q&A with Pirates management, and more. Plus, deposits made now receive 2012 postseason priority. Place your deposit. Go to pirates.com/2013. Think about it. April 1st, opening day here at PNC Park. Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. Not too early to start thinking about that. Top of the 7th, 1 out, 1 on. Chad Qualls will face Ryan Braun. Ramos Ramirez after him. Both right-handed hitters. Ricky Weeks had a 1-out single, so he's at first base.
It's hard to bring somebody in, pitch against a guy like Braun and get good matchup numbers. It's about everybody has been touched up one time or another by Braun. Qualls' numbers, 3 for 8 with a couple RBIs off Chad.
Big numbers again this season for Braun. So here is Qualls.
Over 40 home runs, over 100 RBIs.
And somewhat of a nomadic year for Chad Qualls. This is his 3rd club. Weeks running, Barajas throwing, and Weeks has a stolen base.
We've seen a lot of this year. The team's taking advantage and going to second.
14th steal for Weeks, the 4th stolen base by the Brewers tonight. One and 0 to Braun. Single back in the 5th. Qualls looks at Weeks. There's the 1-0 pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. 1-1. National League leader in home runs with 40. Weeks off of second base. 1-1 to Braun is low. 2 balls and a strike.
Don't give in to him. Base open no matter what happens. Rather than give in and just try to go to the heart of the plate. If you walk him, fine. A double play candidate on deck.
And he got the corner again. 2-2.
Right there. Right on the very edge of the corner. Just nicked it. Watch the strike zone on the right of the screen. Just barely nicked it.
Close enough for a strike.
Hall of Fame pitch.
That's right. Pitcher's pitch. See what Qualls comes back with here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Weeks at second. A 2-0 Brewer lead.
Let's go ahead.
Three and 2. Count full to Braun. Ryan Braun trying to get in the MVP discussion. It'll be tougher for him this year. Of course, Andrew McCutchen very much in that discussion for the Pirates. 3-2. The ball hits McCutchen in center field. Weeks is going to come around third and score easily. Ryan Braun has driven in his 104th run, scoring Weeks. It's now a 3-0 Milwaukee lead.
A lot of times you can kind of pitch around those steals, but eventually they're going to bite you. And this one did. And now Braun. He's likely to take off for second.
He has 2 steals already tonight.
Weeks, good speed. You're not going to throw him out very often unless it's something that's hit right at an outfielder. If the outfielder has to move laterally a little bit to his right or left, not going to get him.
There goes Braun. Good jump and a foul ball by Ramirez.
How about that? Thank you, Ramos.
And did you see Braun?
Oh, I can imagine.
See the reaction. Like, what are you doing?
I can imagine. That's
hitting behind Braun. Don't you know he's going to run?
That was my reaction when I saw him swing. I was thinking, what are you doing?
He doesn't want to let it be known that he's a little bit irked. He's going for a 30-30 season. He's looking for his 27th steal.
You got to give him a shot. Now you can't. Now it's 0-1. Now you got to hit for yourself. But when you first step up there, you got an opportunity to, and it's an advantage for you too, because if Braun's at second base, now you got a runner in scoring position. You can pick up an RBI with a base hit. So you want to give a base stealer a chance to run. It looked to me like Ramos Ramirez was trying to take advantage of the fact that he was running.
There he goes again. Throw down, and the 3rd stolen base for Ryan Braun. The Pirates just cannot get anybody out on a steal tonight.
And not that good of a jump that time. I think a throw right on the bag would have probably got him. The ball was low, and by the time Walker made the catch, and it looked like Walker stumbled too. Oh yeah, he did. He fell down. He still made a nice quick tag. Oh man, was that close. Wow, that was way closer than I thought. Great tag by Walker.
Good look from the
to pick that ball out of the dirt and get it down that quick.
So 1-1 count on Ramirez. And he hits one high in the air deep to center. Going back McCutchen. Now looks like he's going to tag. And he's heading for third base. Here comes the throw. And Braun in standing. 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Chad Qualls now will face Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher. Pitch to Lucroy. Swing and a miss. Lucroy had a base hit in the 6th inning and came around to score. He's also struck out and hit into a double play.
Missed a lot of the season.
50 games.
So one of the things that helped the Brewers get going again and make this little run toward a playoff spot. Getting Lucroy back in the lineup on an everyday basis.
This is game 1 of a 3-game series. Game 3 Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow night, 7:05, Marco Estrada against Kyle McPherson. Ground ball left side. Barmes isn't going to be able to make the play. That's 4-0 Milwaukee as Braun walks home.
He had a shot at Lucroy at first base if he made that catch. Maybe not a great shot at throwing him out, but it would have been a shot. Barmes seemed taking a deep breath, shaking his head. He knows that he should have at least caught that ball. I don't know if he would have been able to throw out Lucroy, but just right underneath the glove. Didn't have it down in the dirt. Pirates giving up 2 runs here in the 7th inning that they couldn't afford to give up.
One of those runs charged to Tony Watson. And the other charge to Chad Qualls.
The way this game is being pitched by Gallardo, needed to keep it a 2-run game. He has been awesome to this point.
Ishikawa fouls this one off. 0-1 there. The first baseman for the Brewers. Giovanni Gallardo pitching a 1-hitter right now. And has been rolling since the 2nd inning. Throw to first and Lucroy back. Ishikawa scored the first run of the game in the 2nd inning after being hit by a pitch and was driven in by Norichika Aoki. And there goes Lucroy, pitch in the dirt, and another stolen base, the 6th steal by the Brewers tonight.
This is a situation Lucroy just picked the right one to go on. Get the breaking ball in the dirt.
It's his 4th stolen base, and Brewers base runners taking advantage of the Pirates tonight in this category.
And a bunch of steals against the Pirates this year. And very few runners thrown out in those attempts. I think this will be one of the things that really sees.
A looper to shallow left field. Sprinting is Marte. Makes the diving catch. Starling Marte with great speed got to it and took a base hit away from Ishikawa.
Boy, he can cover some ground. He's going to be a great player.
Starling Marte recording the out. Tonight's 7th inning stretch is presented by the new face of Northwood Realty Services. 4-0 Brewers after 6½.
Follow the bouncing Eaton Park
great shots from the AGH cam tonight, telling part of the story, but the big part of the story has been Yovani Gallardo. Just one hit given up through 6 innings. The only hit for the Pirates belongs to Clint Barmas. Garrett Jones with a 1-ball no strike count on him. 4-0 Milwaukee lead, 4 runs on 10 hits. AJ Burnett gave up 2 runs through 6 innings, and then the bullpen combined between Watson and Qualls, each giving up a run in the 7th. Pirates trying to get something going late against the Brewers in game 1 of this 3-game series. And Jones will take a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. This year against the Brewers, Jones has hit over 300, 302. He has 4 home runs also against Milwaukee. Fouls this one off. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The game's still there, just a 4-run lead. Would have been better if it was a 2-run lead. You have 9 outs. Keep plugging away.
Fly ball to left and line drawn, records him.
I'd like to see Gallardo have a little chink in the armor somewhere. Get a little wild, walk a couple of guys. Did that once earlier in the ball game. Pirates had the bases loaded. 2 of those came on base on balls.
Quickly, Neil Walker looking for a hit. Andy Rodriguez, Jose Tabata having a chat. Walker's got a base hit to center. 1-out single for Neil. Walker is 1 for 3 tonight.
Starting off with a breaking ball. Walker able to get the head of the bat to it. There it is. There's our start.
Just the second hit off Gallardo.
Keep the line moving now.
Pedro Alvarez 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out swinging in the 4th.
During batting practice, the ball was flying out of here really well. He had a little bit of a breeze blowing out toward the bridge. And the breeze has died down. What air there is still moving straight out to center field. I'm surprised that there haven't been a couple of well-hit balls tonight that have gotten out of this ballpark. See, it's just a very little breeze, but it is going straight away. Wouldn't take much to get a ball out of here and get some instant offense.
Alvarez, 3 balls, no strikes. Gallardo falls behind. Gallardo has struck out at least 1 in every inning so far.
Bullpen will get busy now for the Brewers.
Pedro takes strike 1, 3-1. Anderson warming up for the Brewers. Pedro takes strike 2. Now it's a full count.
It's all right taking that pitch. That was a pitcher's pitch right on the outside corner. Just barely nicked the black on a 3-1 count. That's not a pitch you want to try and hit. Not down by 4 runs.
Payoff pitch to Pedro. And a bouncer toward Weeks. He'll try for second, and he called him safe at second base.
Safe.
Alvarez safe at first. Now Segura was way off the bag. Ron Roenicke wants to come out and discuss what he feels should be a neighborhood play out. The second base umpire Chad Fairchild said that Segura, the shortstop, was well off the bag.
This has opened up the window now. Pirates looking for some kind of a something that'll help them out, and this is it. Yeah, I thought it was an interesting decision by Weeks. you know, with a 4-run lead, that even try to go after the lead runner on that slow chopper. Probably should have just taken the easy out over at first base. Absolutely way off the base. It's not a double play ball. You're not going to get two. All you're going to get is the lead runner. And it was more important with a 4-0 lead to get the out at first base. If you're down by 4 runs, then you got to go for the lead runner.
Where they're going to score that is a fielder's choice for Alvarez and an error
on the shortstop.
On the shortstop.
And Weeks will get an assist.
Yes, he will. So 2 on and 1 out. Jeff Clement is pinch hitting for Barmes as Clint Hurdle now wants to go for one big swing as Clement's got good power. Hasn't had that big hit yet. He's 2 for 14. Looking to hit one over the wall here and make it a 1-run game. One ball, 1 strike to Jeff Clement. Jeff was honored before the game, given the award for community service from the AAA level. He spent the entire season, almost the entire season, in AAA Indy and did a lot of community service while there. This one a ripped foul. One and two. It's hoodie and jacket weather now at the ballpark. 61 degrees at game time, but that has fallen drastically. Gallardo's 1-2 pitch to Clement. Pitch that sail in high, and it's 2-2. Pirates hoping to push the door open against the Brewers and get on the board against Gallardo, a tough right-hander who has been one of the better pitchers recently.
See that last pitch caught the top part of the strike zone. Pirates got a call there.
Now the count full. I got to take advantage of that call. The Brewers did on one of those earlier.
That's right. There was a pitch where AJ had was it Lucroy? No. It's one of the right-hand hitters struck out with a pitch on an 0-2, and then ended up giving up a single to left.
100th pitch for Gallardo. It's a payoff pitch, and Clement bounces it off his foot. On a cold night, that can't feel very good.
Middle of July, that one might not feel very good. That was a good one. Fastball. Ankle, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. April, May, June, July, August.
That's going to hurt.
Feels the same.
That one's going to hurt.
62 strikes on 100 pitches. Full count pitch to Jeff Clement. In the air down the left field side. Braun able to run underneath it.
Well, the Achilles heel of the Brewers, certainly their bullpen. Hopefully now that Gallardo is getting over the century mark, they won't leave him out there much longer.
The Brewers bullpen with the most blown saves in Major League Baseball. So Ron Renicky, just go over and check the charts.
Yep. He wants to look at some pitcher-hitter matchup numbers, make some decisions of which one he would prefer.
Gabby Sanchez will pinch hit for Rod Barajas.
He's got very good numbers against Gallardo. I was surprised when I saw that today. A right-handers normally don't do that well against him, but Gabby has.
He's 6 for 16, a .375 hitter against Gallardo, so no wonder he is up in this situation with 2 on and 2 out. And the pitch takes a strike. Gabby was in the lineup last night and this morning against the Cubs and went 0 for 4. Nothing Milwaukee lead, 2 outs. Gallardo ahead in the count, 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. .333 against Milwaukee this year is Sanchez. Looking for a hit right here. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. It's the fleecy from last year, 2 years ago. Got the sleeves. Pretty warm thing.
A good thing to have on right now,
I
gotta believe it.
I had to go to the sport
you have the coat on. I'm thinking about rolling up my sleeve.
Yeah, right.
To be honest with you.
Sure you are. It's getting a little chilly now up here.
It's nice. Have to roll the sleeves up here a little bit.
2-1. And Sanchez takes inside. It's 3 balls and a strike. We were talking tonight at dinner about a couple of years ago when it was cold in Cincinnati. You didn't bring a coat. You improvised and overcame.
Over on the radio side, yeah.
You went and got a trash bag and cut a hole for a head and 2 other holes for sleeves, or it as a windbreaker.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
A box survival guide. Ball 4, and the bases are full of Bucks. This will bring the tying run to the plate. Walker down to third base. Alvarez over to second. Sanchez walks, and Ron Roenicke also walking out of the first base dugout. And he's going to relieve his starting pitcher, Yovani Gallardo, of duty and go to the bullpen and bring in Jim Henderson. Henderson's on his way, and Gallardo is done. Pitching change at PNC Park, bottom of the 7th. Brewers have a 4-run lead. Pirates have the bases loaded. Pirates, the tying run coming to the plate, face a relief pitcher. Get the inside scoop on every WVU football game with Mountaineer Game Time on Root Sports this Saturday. Tune in for a preview of WVU's upcoming game against the Maryland Terrapins and get an inside look at the Mountaineers 2012 season. It's all part of Wild and Wonderful Sports, and it kicks off Saturday at 11 on Root Sports. So Gallardo is finished for the night. 6 2/3 innings for Gallardo. He is responsible for all 3 men on base that Jim Henderson inherits. Seventh appearance for Henderson. And Henderson will face the fort, Michael McHenry, who will pinch hit in the 9 spot and come in the 8th inning defensively behind the plate for Barajas, who Sanchez just pinch hit for and walked. So Sanchez is out. Jordy Mercer will pinch run for him. Mercer will be inserted at shortstop because Clement hit for Barmes. So here we go. Henderson pitching to McHenry. Strike 1. No balls and a strike to McHenry. 3 for 12 as a pinch hitter. Looking to get that 0 off the board. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Walker is the runner at third base. Over at second base is Pedro Alvarez, and Jordy Mercer the pinch runner at first. McHenry, 1 ball and 1 strike, and he wants time. His eye. Look out in the Pirate pen. Jason Grilli preparing to throw the 8th inning. The 1-1 from Henderson. 2 balls and a strike. Renicky has seen a number of instances this year where his bullpen has faltered when his team has had a lead.
Story of their year. Got to get in their bullpen.
2 balls, 1 strike to Michael McHenry. 3-1. And now Henderson, a pitch from walking in the first Pirate run. Henderson.
Michael right now really just has to walk in on 1 pitch in 1 spot. And if he gets it, go ahead and take it right. See if he can drive it somewhere, score a bunch of runs. And he did. He was looking fastball right down the middle and got it. But that's what you got to do. Anything else you got to take in that situation. But sit on the heater. Wow. Was that right down the middle?
Pretty much. That's middle.
Yeah.
That's what they call middle. How about that view? Nice hat.
Could be a big moment, that video.
Runners will go here on the 3-2 pitch, the payoff. And McHenry loops this one to right center. Shallow. Ricky Weeks makes the catch, and the Pirates leave him loaded for the 2nd time in the game. We'll go to the 8th. 4-0 Milwaukee.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Now get a great deal on a legendary Jeep vehicle at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin mattress stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Brewers have a 4-0 lead, top of the 8th inning at PNC Park. Along with Paul Alexander and Bob Walk, I'm Tim Never. Glad you're along watching Pirates baseball with us tonight. New shortstop Jordy Mercer came in a pinch run last half inning. Michael McHenry behind the plate. And he is catching the new pitcher, Brian Morris. Morris in AAA this year went 2-2, adjusting to the bullpen. 46 appearances with the Indianapolis Indians.
Lots of strikes, just 17 walks in over 80 innings. 79 Ks. It's impressive. Trying to keep it a 4-run game.
Carlos Gomez, the center fielder, will lead off. Then Gene Segura, the shortstop, in the pitcher spot to follow.
Dropping a bunt down last time.
And a base hit to center field, and Gomez is aboard.
He's got speed.
Big turnaround first base for Carlos Gomez, and leadoff single in the 8th inning.
The steal attempts may continue. Back, hit that ball pretty hard right over the right side of the mound. Segura created a little bit of a problem last inning. Throw to first base. Ooh, that was very close. Gomez able to get back. There was no flinch towards second. He just was a little slow breaking back. Barely got his hand on the back before Jonesy slapped the tag down. Morris showing a pretty quick move. There he goes. Ball's in the dirt. Not going to be close. Ball was high and tailing. That's the 7th time they've been able to take a bag tonight. Here it is on replay again. It was a really good jump. Ball's in the dirt. Going to take a big effort to throw him out anyway, but the throw just high and tailing. I was talking a little bit earlier about the steals and how it's got to be a big subject come March in spring training, or in really the end of February before the games even start, to try and figure out a way to slow some of these runners down for next season. It's going to have to be a combination of things. The pitchers are going to have to help out with trying to get the ball home a little quicker. So you're taking ball up and in. Going to try and move Gomez over to third base with nobody out. They're looking at a little insurance run. A little scare last inning when the bases were loaded and had the tying run at the plate. They'll try and get that 5th run home. Ball's through the left side. Gomez is going to try for it. Here comes the throw. The big arm of Marte. Not quite in time as the ball wasn't handled. It's the 2nd time tonight. There's going to be a close play at the plate. With the Pirate catchers. Fort this time didn't hang on to the ball. Barajas the first time. Marte a big strong throw. Gomez has that good speed. I was a little surprised with nobody out that they would take this chance, but I guess because of what the score is, Gomez able to get that hand in. AGH cam is going to show it perfectly. It didn't even look like McHenry ever really got the leather to the ball. The ball got underneath and hit him in the foot. Wasn't going to be able to make a tag anyway. Good base running by Segura, getting himself in the scoring position. Now he's at second. Nigel Morgan going to move him over to third base with a little ground ball. Welcome back, partner.
Thank you. Where did I go?
He went back to get a cup of coffee or something, I guess.
I'm just trying to stay warm.
Well, they got some insurance run home, and now they're in great position to try for one more. Got some decent speed at third base. Infield's going to be in. As you said earlier, Aoki can really handle the bat. Not a good guy to have at the plate in this position for the Pirates.
Yeah, these situations with the infield drawn in, it's kind of drawn up for him. Finals this one away. Marichka Aoki, who has a pair of hits and an RBI tonight, hit by a pitch to lead off the ball game. Well, the Cardinals have now taken a 3-0 lead over Houston as they play late in that ball game at Busch Stadium. One ball and one strike. Five-0 Brewers here in game one in the top of the 8th inning. The Brewers have won 7 of the last 10 ball games. Aoki trying to pull this one up the right side, foul.
Pretty close ball game for the first 6. AJ did a pretty good job coming out there and only gave up 2 runs. Really battling the Brewers. A little tough their first couple innings, but settled in. Now the bullpen's let this one start to get away in the last couple innings.
1-2 pitch. Aoki to left center field and a long run for Marte. He makes the catch. Run's going to score.
Yeah, Marte is just a brilliant defender.
What a catch.
Already seen this. He has all the tools, the speed. He gets the jumps on the balls. He reads the fly balls very well. Got the great throwing arm.
They're playing him shallow anyway here because
very shallow.
Look at him run.
Just outrun the baseball. Concentration in his eyes. Look at that ball, went right dead in the pocket.
Ricky Weeks the batter. He'll take a strike. 2 men out and the base is empty. Marte's made a couple of fantastic plays in left field tonight. Just think about the future for this kid. Types of things he'll be able to do in the outfield and on the base paths. 0-1 to Weeks. 1 ball and 1 strike. I just can't believe you're not cold.
It's nice in here.
It is. Maybe on your side.
Play-by-play guys must be cold-blooded.
Huh?
Yeah, it's very nice.
No,
beautiful.
This side, I think you must have grown your winter coat early.
I'm thinking about rolling up my sleeves here a little bit because it's getting a little warm in here.
Right.
Yeah. It's getting a little.
Weeks takes outside 3-1. He should have dressed like Dash over there. He's good. He looks like he's going to the tennis courts.
Yeah, it's getting a little sticky.
He's over there shivering.
No,
Bob's doing a good job.
He doesn't shiver. He's fine.
There's a 3-1 to Weeks. And he walked it. So Weeks is aboard with 2 men out. 2 runs in this inning for Milwaukee. 6-0 lead. He's got his windbreaker on.
Those work great. If there's a little bit of a breeze, you throw a little plastic on, cuts the wind down. You got to have some insulation underneath.
That's how it works. Huh?
Yeah. The thing bad about that is it's a little noisy when you're turning. It'll bleed over into the microphone a little bit. I've found out. You got to sit
the hard way.
You got to sit perfectly still if you're going to wear a plastic trash bag.
Ryan Braun up there. Brian Morris getting to face a guy who's a pretty tough customer. Braun, 2 hits tonight and a run batted in. Goes to right field. Foul ball. 0-1 to Braun. Yovani Gallardo, big part of the story here tonight. To the middle innings, he held the Pirates hitless.
Pitcher's duel for 6 innings.
It was 2-0 when Burnett left. He is the pitcher of record. Unfortunately for AJ, he's on the hook. Gallardo looking at a positive decision at this point in time, unless the Pirates can put together a bunch of runs in the 8th and 9th innings.
Had the window of opportunity. Bases loaded. Last inning. Couldn't get the big hit. That's what happens when you fall behind. You don't have a margin of error when it comes to the offense. 2 runs, that was okay. Once it got to 4, and now somebody's going to have to hit a gap shot. You're hoping for a 3-run home run, maybe even a grand slam. The bottom line is the offense needed to do something early on. Run here, run there.
Had chances.
And, there's more than one way to keep the game close. You score a couple of runs early on, take a little pressure off the pitching.
A ground ball towards second. Walker from a knee. Throws out Braun. A couple of runs and an error. And a couple of hits off Brian Morris. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Brewers leading it 6-0. Brewers, no runs, 2 hits and 2 errors for the Pirates. As we Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Root Sports' 8th season of McDonald's High School football continues Thursday, September 20th from Monessen High School with a heated matchup between the undefeated Clairton Bears and the Monessen Greyhounds. Reigning PIAA Class A champs Clairton hit a milestone last week, becoming only the 9th team in Whitfield history to reach 600 victories. The Greyhounds look to keep that number at 600 and snap the Bears' 50 consecutive game winning streak with talented players such as star quarterback and WVU recruit Chavis Rollins. Kickoff is in HD immediately following the Pirates postgame show. Check your local listings for channel information. Starling Marte leads off and takes a strike. Cameron Lowe, the pitcher for the Brewers, the third one used tonight. Henderson backed up Gallardo 6 2/3 innings. Henderson recorded the final out of the 7th. Did he go? The appeal to first base umpire Brian O'Nora, who rings up the strike.
It seems like there's a lot of pitchers in the National League now that are like 6'5" and over.
Yeah.
It's like every team has 2 or 3.
Lowe is certainly one of them. 6'8". Pirates have one in Jared Hughes, who's 6'7". Rick Vandenherk's about he's close to 6'7".
Oh, well, he's up there a little ways too. I don't know if he's up at 6'7", but he's got to be 6'5"-ish.
1-2 pitch. And Marte strikes out. And gone for the Pirates in the top half of the 8th. We look back to August 20th. Kyle McPherson in San Diego makes his major league debut against the Padres. 2 scoreless innings, 2 strikeouts. This is in relief. He is normally a starter. McPherson, who began in AA, went to AAA this year, tomorrow will make his very first major league start against Marco Estrada. 7:05 first pitch here on Root Sports. That's our Nissan road ahead. So McPherson getting set to make his first major league start tomorrow. He takes the rotation spot of James McDonald, who is working out of the bullpen and is available tonight, by the way. This is the first night he would be available. Two balls, no strikes to Jose Tabata. J-Mac out there in the pen. Chris LaRue. Justin Wilson sitting with him. 2-1. And McPherson and Jeff Locke, 2 young pitchers. And after tomorrow, McPherson will join Locke as getting a start for the Pirates. Locke's had a couple of them now. Tabata to right field. Going back on it, Norichika Aoki comes back in a couple of steps and records the out. 2 down.
Slow night for the offense. Just 2 base hits. Wasn't much offense last night either, except for Marte.
Well, last night, 5 hits for the Pirates, 2 for the Cubs.
And all those strikeouts.
Andrew McCutchen looking for a hit. He's 0 for 3. You know, there's a lot of talk around baseball. A lot of folks want Andrew McCutchen to get hot. A lot of folks want to see Andrew McCutchen win the batting crown and overtake the suspended Melky Cabrera, who's been sitting on 346, suspended 50 games for a positive drug test. And he can't go anywhere. He can't go up and down. He's not playing for the rest of the year. It would be an unprecedented situation to have to hand the batting crown to somebody who is suspended for the use of performance enhancers.
Well, hopefully Andrew can get it going and get real hot. Got batting average up there above Melky's. There won't be anything that has to be dealt with.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that if you are suspended as part of a suspension, you should not be eligible for any postseason awards? If you get the 50 gamer or the next step, which is the 100 gamer?
If just suspended in general or for that?
Suspended for that, for performance enhancing
drugs.
Catching up in the air to right center, and coming in is Aoki. And we'll get Bob's answer next half inning.
Okay.
6-0 Brewers heading to the ninth. GH Camp providing us with more terrific pictures tonight, and that's a terrific picture too, except for the score. 6-0. Not much offense. Being out hit 12-2 tonight are the Pirates. And now we're on to the top of the ninth inning. Rick Vandenhert out of Eindhoven and Holland, Dutch native, making his third appearance for the Pirates. His first two have been a little difficult for him. Vandenhert will face Aramis Ramirez to start things off. Ramirez, Lucroy, and Ishikawa in the top half of the ninth.
Vandenhert, a very solid year. Definitely earned his call up.
Pitch to Ramirez, and it is in for a strike. Ramirez without a hit. He's 0 for 4. Reached on an error by Alvarez in the third inning. 0-1 pitch, and Ramirez line drive right at Mercer, 1 out. Vandenhert gets the first down quickly. Now the catcher Jonathan Lucroy will stand in. Looking at the wild card picture tonight, Atlanta is tied with Miami in South Florida 3-3 in the 10th. St. Louis ahead of Houston in the 7th inning, 3-0. In the division, Cincinnati at Wrigley Field tonight, 3-0 lead there in the 7th. Arizona 2-1 in the bottom of the first against the Padres. 2 balls and no strikes to Lucroy. The Dodgers did not play, rained out in Washington. And that's one thing that the Brewers have that is going to be tough for them. They're scheduled on this road trip, this 9-game trip they've got. There's 3 here in Pittsburgh. They're getting off to a good start tonight in game 1 of this 3-game set, but Ron Renick's crew will then go on to Washington, take on the Nationals, and then has to go to Cincinnati to take on the Reds. So a lot can happen over the next 8 or 9 days still. And you'd hope at that point the Brewers would cool off.
Yeah, Brewers are a much better home team than they are road warriors.
On the road, 28-43. And the difference at home, the Brewers are 46-29. A big time home field team.
So they got their work cut out for them. Goes without saying. Going against a couple of pretty good teams. Don't play all that well on the road anyway.
Ground ball through the legs of Vandenhurk, hits second base. Takes the wrong turn. And that thing hit it was like miniature golf there. Went through the legs and off the base. Missed one obstacle and hit the other.
Through the windmill.
Right there. Yeah, there you go. It's a good one.
And right on the base.
So literally a base hit for Lucroy.
A lot of windmills in Holland.
Yeah, there's a few. I got a few.
Did you get to see some when you were there?
I did. It's not like they're on every street corner or anything.
No, I imagine they're out in the countryside.
Yeah, there's lots of them, and they're all different kinds. They're not always.
I'm talking about the kinds that you saw in like pictures.
Yeah, there's those, but there's different versions.
Old style.
Neat. It's pretty cool. But Vandenhurk from
Don Quixote and those kind of windmills.
Yeah.
Those are the ones.
Well, Vandenhurk is from an area known as Eindhoven, which is in the southwestern part.
Isn't there a famous bridge in Eindhoven?
There could be. Are you thinking of the one in Nijmegen? The Bridge Too Far? Remember that movie?
Yeah, but there was 3 of them in that movie. I thought one of them was in Eindhoven.
You're probably right.
No, I'm just throwing it out there with conviction and bluffing you.
I don't know. I don't know if there's one. I know there's one in Nijmegen, which is to the north.
It's Holland. What town doesn't have a bridge? Right?
Let's see. I don't know. We'd have to look it up on your atlas. You got a new atlas? Covers Europe. Fly ball foul and out of play. Travis Ishikawa with a 2-2 count.
I know Pittsburgh has a bridge or two.
City of bridges. 3 of them right in a row. And many more along the rivers. To the left center field gap. Cutting it off is Marte. 2 out for the Brewers in the 9th.
Two outs.
Vandenhurk now will try to get out Carlos Gomez, the center fielder. Gomez, a couple of hits tonight. 3 for 4. He's also scored a run. And Gomez waits. Now the pitch. Vandenhurk breaking ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. By the way, the 7 stolen bases tonight for Milwaukee, the most in a game for an opponent since May 23rd, 1990 at Houston, when the Astros took 8 bags against the Pirates. 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Gomez. 2 outs, top of the 9th. For the Pirates, Garrett Jones, Neil Walker, Pedro Alvarez, the scheduled hitters. 6-0 lead. Lucroy can get a big lead with Jones playing deep. And a strike is called. 2-1. Pirates with 1 more road trip and 1 more homestand after this one. 2-2. 3 in Houston and 4 in New York coming up. And then back here against Cincinnati and Atlanta to finish out the regular season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch coming to Carlos Gomez. Full count 3-2. Now Lucroy can get a big jump. Vandenhurk with the Florida Marlins and Baltimore Orioles in the big leagues before coming back to the majors with the Pirates. Payoff pitch. And this one is shot foul beyond the first base dugout. Three-two pitch coming to Gomez. And he hit it. Came up and inside. Gomez not too happy. Flips the bat. It can be a little unnerving when that ball comes up in there.
Vandenhurk throws pretty hard too. I'm sure stung him a little bit.
Third Brewer to be hit by a pitch in this game. A.J. Burnett got Aoki and Ishikawa earlier.
There it is. The 3-2 pitch. Right there. He wasn't getting out of the way of it. Ouch.
So a runner at first and another runner at second. Ray Searage comes out and pays a visit to Vandenhurk. A couple of stories in this one, really. The effective pitching of Giovanni Gallardo and the silent bats of the Pirates tonight. Just 2 hits. And they've got 3 outs to play with after this, but 2 on and 2 out for Gene Segura, the shortstop. High heat, a swing and a miss. Segura tonight had an RBI single in the 6th inning. That was the only run that provided the second run of the game. 2 for 3 overall. He has driven in 2. 1 ball and 1 strike to Segura. Vandenhurk delivering the 1-1 pitch. And now it's 1-2. Brewers have a pinch hitter in the on deck circle, Taylor Green. Runners at first and second. There's Green. One-two. This one fouled off. Did you find the bridge, Bob?
Yep, it was in Operation Market Garden.
Arnhem, which as you look across the river, whose name I can't remember, it's where the bridge too far is. Near Eindhoven, where Rick Vandenhurk hails from. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's up high. Double barrel action in the bullpen. You see Jose Veras on the left and Manny Parr, the left-hander, on the right. Two-two. Foul tip into the glove of McHenry. 4 strike 3. Nothing across for the Brewers in the 9th. Last wraps for the Bucks. They trail 6-0. PirateSBaseball.com @Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @Bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Well, we're to the bottom of the 9th inning. Oh, he's got a good view out there, doesn't he? Danny, the camera guys focusing in on Jose Veras right now, as he will come on to work the bottom of the 9th. 66th appearance for Veras. 396 earned run average. Down 61 in the 3rd innings. The opponent's hitting .245 against Jose, and Garrett Jones will lead things off as the Pirates try to mount a comeback. But, they're going to have to change their tune the way they have gone through the first 8 innings of this game. Jones tonight 0 for 3. Flying out to left twice and lined out sharply to center field. That was back in the 4th inning. 282 the average for Jones. As he bats here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Jones takes a strike from Veras. Pirates in danger of losing their 73rd game. If they do fall tonight, they'd still remain over 500 at 74 and 73, and the Brewers would go to 75 and 72, 3 games up. So it's kind of a swing game tonight in the standings of the Central Division. And Hurdle trying to stay positive. Knows that they can still win the next 2 and take the series. And that's important, but they're going to have to string together more than just series wins. With 15 games remaining after tonight.
The series, that's something you look and you talk about during the regular season, but when you get into a situation like this, and it's been like this now for a while, you almost have to have, I think, a playoff type mentality where you got to win every night. The series doesn't really mean anything. You got to go out there and do what it takes to win every night, and if you don't, then you better be able to turn the page and go get them tomorrow and do the whole thing over again. But you know, you can think 2 out of 2 out of 3, that sort of thing, during, you know, the body of the year. But right now, it's win every night.
Neil Walker with a base hit last time up in the 7th inning. 1 for 3 tonight for Neil. Facing his former teammate Jose Veras. Strike 1 is in on Walker. 2 balls and a strike. Jose Veras traded in the offseason to the Brewers from the Pirates for Casey McGee, who is now a Yankee. Qualls for McGee. That was that deal. Neil's down to his final strike. 0-2 the count. Walker trying to have a solid at bat here. He's behind Jose Veras. No balls and 2 strikes. Veras set to go, and the 0-2 pitch coming. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pedro Alvarez on deck. Pedro's 0 for 2 tonight. Walker getting ready to face the 1-2 delivery. Hits it well to right field. Aoki going back. He'll turn to watch it go off the Clemente wall, and Walker hit it too hard. He'll have to stop it first with a wall single. And Walker 2 for 2.
Pirates not getting very many hits. But Walker coming up with a pair.
Neil has 2 of the 3 hits.
The breaking ball good. That first hit of the night came off a breaking pitch. A good breaking ball hitter, really, especially from that left side.
Pitch to Pedro. Fastball up high. 1-0. Alvarez walked in the second inning, then struck out swinging in the fourth and reached in a fielder's choice in the seventh. 29 home runs. Only 2 other Pirates in the history of the franchise have had 30 home run seasons as third baseman. One of them's in the ballpark tonight, Aramis Ramirez. 23rd for the Brewers. And another one. We'll go back to 1958, the original Frank Thomas. He had 31. Ramirez had 34 in 2001 for the Bucks. 2 balls and a strike now to Pedro Alvarez. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. And Pedro to pull on the right. Harris falling behind 3-1.
Harris taking his time. Plate's clean.
Here comes the 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. Pedro now full count, 3-2. And tomorrow night, Estrada and McPherson. Cal McPherson will make his major league debut as a starter. And the Snyder's in the on-deck circle. He would hit. Pedro were to reach. 3-2. And Alvarez. A looper to left field on the run. Segura makes the running catch. And Pedro is out, so 2 down, and Snyder will come to the plate. Pirates down to their final out tonight. Brewers seem to be getting hot at the right time. Pirates cooled off at the wrong time. Still no reason to believe they can't get hot again with 15 games remaining. Now, we never got your answer to that question a couple innings ago.
What was that?
About Melky Cabrera. I forgot to bring that up again.
Well, I think common sense that you shouldn't be allowed to win anything like that. But, you know, I guess I feel funny that there should have been some kind of a rule in place before this came about. So, you know, I don't know what they're going to end up doing with it. As I said earlier, I hope it doesn't come to that they have to make a decision. Maybe Kutch can just go ahead and beat him out. And
McCutchen's getting asked about it all the time, and what he's saying is that he can't worry about it. He's just to go do his thing.
I mean, if it happens, it'll be a black eye for baseball, and have somebody that's suspended for performance-enhancing drugs win the batting title.
1-1 to Snyder. 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. And now it's a 1-2 count. Bucks down to their final strike.
But if they haven't addressed it already, there has to be some kind of a rule made so it never, ever comes up again.
Jose Veras trying to finish things up for the Brewers tonight. And the 1-2 to Travis Snyder. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball down and in. See what Jose Veras can come up with here. And Snyder trying to get a base knock and keep this game alive. With Walker the runner at first base. 2-2 to Travis Snider. Now it's a full count, so Neal can run with the pitch from first. Not that his run means anything in a 6-0 game, but he's just going to run anyway. Jordy Mercer, who has not come to the plate tonight, has a bat in his hand. Payoff pitch from Veras to Snider. Walker running on the play, and he'll have to go back to first.
Get some sprints in.
Find a way to stay warm this late.
Even the weather it's not that bad. At least it wasn't until an inning ago.
I think the air conditioning's on in here.
I don't know how that happened.
Payoff pitch, and Snider strikes out looking to win the ball game. So the Pirates drop game 1 of this 3-game series to the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow night. Marco Estrada and Kyle McPherson. McPherson will try to get the Pirates even in the series and a chance to play for a series win on Thursday afternoon. Ryan Braun tonight with a couple of hits and 3 stolen bases. So 6-0 Brewers win this one.
A good start from AJ. A bullpen not so good, obviously. And they came in, gave up 4 quick runs, but none of that really makes any difference because there was just no offense at all. And so you're going to have to try and figure out a way to put some runs up on the board, obviously, tomorrow. This is not a good scenario when you come into your own home ballpark and put up nothing but zeros and 3 base hits. And I think Walker got 2 of those.
The Brewers take one here tonight, 6-0 the final score. Let's send it over to Rob King and Kent Tekulve.
All right, guys, thanks very much. And